What's going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? I hope you guys are having a great day. And I'm gonna move my desk up a little bit. I'm having a rough day out here, folks, because I trust the science. And you got some of my favorite science bureaucrats and trustworthy big pharma companies disagreeing with each other. And as people are coming in, I just want to let y'all know. Read this, science, okay? When it comes to science, you're not going to find somebody this side of Venezuela that trusts the science more than me, okay? I listen to the scientists, the experts, Pfizer, Moderna, heck, I even got a Bill Gates poster in my room at night, and I got a Fauci stuffed animal that I pet on the head, and I say, thank you, doctor. So I trust the science, okay? And to prove that, I got this science knapsack. It's good for a garage sale. I got not one mask, folks, but hold on. You got the Delta. Hold on, folks. You got the Delta. I trust the science, okay? So I'm upset because I don't know who to trust anymore. I mean, I got to ask Fauci. So the story of the day, folks, listen. This is not me. This is CNN. Last time I shared CNN, I got in trouble. I got a smear article in NPR. They cried because when CNN says things they don't want CNN to say, they cry like little babies over at NPR. What's that guy's name again? Who knows? Who cares? Loser. Anyway, CNN says Pfizer sees waning immunity from its COVID-19, and they want a developing booster. So earlier today, Pfizer came out, and I'm just going to read that article. We're going to stick to the facts here, folks. We trust the expert. We love the media. You can't really find many people who love the media more than me. I don't even like to think for myself. I think critical thinking is dangerous. I think I read an op-ed somewhere. They said, critical thinking is a right-wing conspiracy theory, and I damn near believed them because all these thoughts in your head, I mean, you think too much, you're going to hurt yourself. So I try to leave the thinking to the television. So I'm just going to read an ABC article because I don't think for myself. So I just read these. It says studies show booster shot after 6 to 12 months likely to provide best protection from COVID-19, Pfizer says. So this was earlier today. Pfizer and BioNTech have released initial data from a study on booster shots for their COVID-19 vaccine, saying a third dose delivered about 6 months after the second shot has shown neutralization titers. I don't know what that word means. I got an imagination, though. Sorry, excuse me. This is a professional show. Are 5 to 10 times higher than after 2 primary doses. The company said they expect to publish more definitive data soon and submit it to the Food and Drug Administration. Now, if you guys like science and media as much as me, I mean, sheesh, I don't know what else I like. You're going to be a little worried now because usually all the experts and all the scientists, the science is settled, folks. There is no scientific discussion. It's settled. You see, if you've ever seen a settled cloud of dust that turns into a little mound on the floor, that's like science. It's settled from what I've heard. But the CDC and the FDA seem to disagree with what Pfizer just said. And my mind is blown, folks, because I'm thinking Pfizer, I trust Pfizer with my heart and soul. I want to smash capitalism, folks. Smash capitalism, except for Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson. Heck, I trust no corporation in America, just big pharma. That's all I trust. I mean, the rest of them, down with the patriarchy. Is my almond milk latte done? Hurry up, Starbucks. I'm getting thirsty. I got to get back to my Apple cell phone. Anyway, yeah, this is CNN. I'm just shocked. Pfizer sees waning immunity from COVID-19, but, that's not what the FDA says. It says, drug maker Pfizer said Thursday it sees waning immunity from its coronavirus vaccine, says it's picking up its efforts to develop a booster dose that'll protect people from the variants. You got to watch out for the variants. So I know you think you're just going to have a good time, enjoy your life, take risks, breathe air. Watch out for the variants, folks. You right-wing Trump support, you got to watch out for the variants. I agree with CNN. Anyway, it says it would seek, sorry, I didn't mean to get rude to my own audience. It says it would seek emergency use authorization from the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for a booster dose in August after releasing more data about how well of a third dose would work. But in an unusual move, and I mean unusual move, trust me, I've been following this stuff like the back of my palm. In an unusual move, 2 top federal agencies said Americans don't need boosters yet and said it was not up to the companies alone to decide when they might be needed. Hours after Pfizer, who I trust, issued a statement, the FDA, who I also trust, and the Center of Disease Control, who I also trust, issued a joint statement saying Americans don't need the booster shot. This is really hard for me, folks, because science is settled. They told me, the polar ice caps are going to melt. The National Glacier Park is going to melt, except for the fact that it didn't, so they had to replace the signs. Jacob Chavin Glacier is the world's quickest melting glacier, except for the 3 years it was growing. Al Gore was listening to scientists who never came true. And, I listen to the science, folks. I'm so tired of these American citizens who believe in the first 2 amendments in God and don't want to listen to Neil deGrasse Fed Bison Tyson and Shil Nye, the Democratic Party spy guy. And they try to just, read the data themselves. So without further ado, it's like, who do you trust? You think you know everything. You think you could trust Pfizer. You think you could trust Moderna. You think you could trust Johnson & Johnson. You think you can trust the FDA and the CDC. And we're just all one big scientific family. We all just sit and we hug and we say, oh, those anti-vaxxers, oh, those Trump supporters, oh, build a wall. And then, just when you think you know everything that there is to know, the CDC and the FDA disagree with Pfizer. I'm just blown away. So on one hand, Pfizer's trying to reference, Israel and how they're heavily vaccinated, but it's not working out like they thought it would. And the CDC and the FDA are trying to say, well, no, these do. I'll read listen, don't listen to me. Listen to the CDC and the FDA. This is their joint statement. It says, the United States is fortunate to have highly effective vaccines that are widely available for those aged 12 and up. People who are fully vaccinated are protecting from severe disease and death, including from the variants currently circulating in this country as Delta. People who are not vaccinated remain at risk. So, they're trying to say we're good. Pfizer probably wants more money. CDC, I don't know what they want. The Teletubbies are promoting vaccines to your children. If the CDC and the FDA say ages 12 and up, I would think that the average watcher of the Teletubbies is probably under 12. A little creepy, but it's okay. Who do you trust? Let me know in the comment sections. Do you trust Pfizer, who wants to give a 3rd dose? It's funny. People say, I'm fully vaccinated for now. Yeah, for sure. Oh, yeah. Fully vaccinated until the booster shot comes, and then you're not fully vaccinated. And then you get the booster shot, and then, you will be until you're not. So that's a funny little thing. But, yeah, so let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you trust the CDC and the FDA who says, no, you're good? You don't need a booster shot. Or Pfizer who says, I think our data shows that you need a booster shot. I mean, if you can't trust Pfizer, who the hell can you trust? If you can't trust the lovely, non-bureaucratic, totally, non-compromised FDA and CDC, never mind. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section who you trust. I'm baffled because, I'm trying to figure out how many more of these will I need? How many more knapsacks do I need to go to a garage sale? I don't know who to trust anymore. It's disappointing when you think the science is settled and all of a sudden the 2 leading science figures in my life. I mean, now I got to go, I'm on a journey to smash capitalism, except for all the pharmacy companies, the NBA, pretty much Walmart. It's like everyone agrees with me, but, I'm somehow fighting capitalism. I do want to give a compliment. Sometimes I feel like I complain too much. I like to be a nice guy. I think I'm pretty thoughtful. In person, I'm very thoughtful. Online, I think I'm funny, but sometimes it doesn't translate properly. I want to give a compliment to Charlie Kirk because I saw him on Tucker Carlson, and he is doing something finally with TPUSA, a no forced vaccination campaign. Looks like his organization, which has one of the biggest Republican, footprints on college campus, is finally standing up for the children who are being forced vaccinated or threatened with being kicked out of school. So thank you, Charlie Kirk. I appreciate it. You deserve props on this one. And that's what it's about. It's not about competition. It's not about hatred. I'm just very concerned for the millions upon tens of millions of children who are, forced with this idea, either you're going to be vaccinated or you can't come back to school. And I saw no Republicans talking about it. So I'm glad Charlie Kirk is actually taking it seriously and doing at least something with his organization. I'm not sure what, but it's a start because it's one of the biggest issues in the country right now. 19 to 23-year-olds being told they can't come back to school if they don't get vaccinated, or they're going to be treated like slaves and prisoners and third-tier citizens. And the GOP just didn't even seem to care about it. So thank you, Charlie Kirk, for bringing this, and Tucker Carlson, making this big. I appreciate that. And I think people deserve compliments when they do good stuff. I like to give people thumbs up. I just, last year was just not a good year for the Republican Party. Anyway, so thank you, Charlie Kirk, for that. Appreciated. Keep up that work. Before I get to comments and questions, I wanted to just say, if you guys remember Brett Kavanaugh was a Supreme Court justice who they tried to, frame him with some story from like 1960. And, all the friends didn't even know what this lady was talking about, and it didn't really work, but it became a big liberal thing. And he's crying, she's yelling, she's crying, everyone's crying. The left is crying, the right's crying. It was a mess, the whole Kavanaugh thing. So, I thought maybe Kavanaugh would have our backs, but of course he doesn't. Anyway, this is from a week ago. I just saw it. Supreme Court leaves CDC eviction moratorium intact. So the CDC somehow decided, and I don't know what power they have to do this, but during the pandemic, they screwed over landlords and they essentially said, oh, you guys don't have to pay rent, some sort of eviction moratorium. And, that screws landlords over, especially small business landlords. And the Supreme Court on Tuesday left intact a nationwide pause on evictions that was put in place during the coronavirus pandemic. It was a 5-4 vote, thanks to, of course, Chief Justice John Roberts, and Justice Brett Kavanaugh, the conservative patriot, joined with the 3 liberals on court to keep it in place. Brett Kavanaugh said because the CDC plans to end the moratorium in only a few weeks on July 31st, and because those few weeks will allow for additional and more orderly distribution of the congressionally appropriated rental assistance funds, I voted this time to deny the application to vacate the district's stay of order, Kavanaugh wrote. So he said, it's been here so long. Let's just keep it. I just want to remind Kavanaugh and other people. I mean, I understand his decision, I guess, but we were promised 15 days to slow the spread. So 15 days to slow the spread was in March of last year. So it's been over a year of them screwing over landlords. Most businesses do not have 15 days to stop working, let alone a year and a half. So the amount of damage they did when Trump passed the CARES Act, the $2 multi-trillion-dollar scam, socialist, communist, shutdown, lockdown, redistribution wealth bill, where they threw us a few dollars and gave all these corporations money. That was for 3 weeks. Remember, this month, these trillions of dollars, this is unprecedented. We're going to print this money for 3 weeks of shutdown. That's how much money was supposed to help us for 3 weeks, because when you shut the country down, you're losing trillions of dollars. Guys, they kept this up for months upon years, and they only did 2 stimulus bills. So if $600 is good for you for 3 weeks, a year and a half, and they gave me, $1,800? The math isn't adding up. We got scammed, folks. CNBC put out an article today. I know people saw it on my Facebook and Instagram, maybe my Twitter. They were saying the good part about inflation is wages rise. Oh, really? That's awesome. Unfortunately, my wage didn't rise. I think my wage has declined because Facebook kind of screwed me last year, but whatever. Okay, so my wage didn't rise, but it's okay. I'm making enough. I can't complain. Wages rise because inflation rises. Somebody should tell Venezuela when it costs like $1 million, whatever their money is for bread. It's like, hey guys, the good news is you'll make more money at a job. It's like if the currency doesn't work properly, it doesn't matter how much you make. Oh, we can get $15 an hour now. It's like, yeah, because $15 doesn't do anything anymore. Your grandpa used to buy ice cream for 75 cents. It's like, good luck getting a scoop of ice cream for $6. Oh, but we're making $15 an hour. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, hopefully our currency doesn't devalue like Venezuela, or else we're screwed. So the games these people are playing, it's like they've normalized human slavery and inflation. Like the media is so bad, it's not even funny. There were like lockdowns, quarantines, mask mandates, shutdowns, barring you from saunas and gyms and spas and your workplace and parks and beaches. It's like, bro, you could call it what you want. You could call it quarantine. You could call it social distancing. You could call it, sheltering in place. It's human slavery. Okay. When you're allowed to make money, Congress, when you're allowed to Amazon, when you're allowed to make money, Uber Eats, but mom and pop shops can't open up and they're not allowed to go to certain facilities, it's basically human slavery or human imprisonment. You can make up these goofy names for it. It's the red tier. It's color-coded slavery. You're just putting a color on it like it's a Crayola crayon box. Oh, wow, I'm in purple tier. Says who? How come? But you're at a meeting with lobbyists indoors because he's making money, but you can't make money, but they can. Whatever. So Kavanaugh voted with the liberals to keep the moratorium. It's just a few more weeks. Well, does he lose money for a few more weeks? Because I wonder what it's like to be a landlord and have a year and a half of people not paying rent. Thank you, Justice Kavanaugh, for nothing. And and to the Supreme Court, not that they watch my channel. Wouldn't that be funny if the Supreme Court watched my channel and they actually gave a shit what I say? They don't, but that would be fun. Where have they been? They've done all this crazy lockdown stuff. They came up with the churches like months later. That's awesome. What about restaurants? What about gyms? The Supreme Court should have had gyms open in April. They haven't even weighed in on it. What does the Supreme Court even do? They make a stupid ruling once every 5 months or something. It's like, if you can't even keep the country open a year and a half after we've been locked down, what good are you? You opened up churches 6 months later. Wow, cool. What about restaurants? What about gyms? What about business? They're not doing crap, but it's okay. At least Charlie Kirk is now. Thank you, Charlie, for the no forced vax campaign. And they're going to try to say, by the way, I'm just going to Google real quick. They're going to try to use this terminology. I did a whole video about it, but they're going to try to pervert the word anti-vaxxer. So if you read the Google dictionary, this is from Oxford. An anti-vaxxer is defined as a person who is opposed to vaccination, typically a parent who does not wish to vaccinate their child. Merriam-Webster has their own definition and says, anti-vaxxers, a person who opposes vaccination or laws that mandate vaccination. So if you've gotten 15 vaccines in your life, but you think it's a bad idea for the government to mandate a vaccine, even if you got the Moderna and the Pfizer, you are now technically an anti-vaxxer according to Merriam-Webster. So this is how they pervert words. They broaden words, make them, and then put them into policy on Facebook, YouTube, and Google, and then try to use these perverted words in order to take your speech away. And I'm writing a whole book about this. I know I keep saying I'm almost done, but I'm getting closer and closer because they use words like anti-vaxxer, racist, sexist, anti-Semitic, conspiracy theorist. And anytime you try to talk about it, people call you a racist, an anti-Semite, a sexist, a conspiracy theorist, an anti-vaxxer, when really I'm just trying to raise awareness to the linguistics. I talk about the anti-Semitism laws all the time and people freak out. They're like, what do you hate people? It's like, no, read the laws. They're taking a word that you think means something. They make a whole list of something else it means, and then they pass it into legislation. And now you don't have a First Amendment anymore. They're trying to do this with anti-vaxxer too. So now they're trying to say it means somebody who opposes vaccination segregation and someone who opposes forced vaccination and mandating it. What a joke. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. I'm going to read a few comments. I'm going to hang out for a little while, and then I actually have to get groceries, so I have something to do. I'm really, really upset. So I'm going to try to read some comments, but it's going to be tough with my mask on. I've been looking up to the CDC and the FDA and Pfizer, and like they're all so together and like science, like we're all just like science. And like all these right wingers are like, blah, 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 blah. I don't want to get the vaccine. I want to work out. It's like, all right, Nazi, calm down. So it's just frustrating because like my scientific crew, it's like there's a beef going on right now. You got the CDC and the FDA saying you don't need a booster shot. You're good. You got it. You got it. Once you got it, you're good to go. Go to Coachella. And then you got Pfizer saying you're not good. You need a third one. I just don't know who to believe. My mind is blown. This reminds me of the George Floyd riots when I spent 3 months calling everybody a Nazi for wanting to breathe air, go to parks, and open their restaurant from foreclosure and bankruptcy. And then something happened with this guy, George Floyd. And then all of a sudden I was pro mass gatherings. It's the same sort of thing where it's like, I don't know what to believe because I trust the science, but the science is settled. The science is settled. You can't disagree with the science. It doesn't change. If you disagree with the science, you're a Nazi, is what I'll say. But then it changes, and then I change with the science, and then I start yelling at the right-wingers that were right 3 months ago and telling them that they can't disagree with the thing that now I used to disagree with myself, and the science changed. It's tough for me because, the science clearly is not settled. I mean, everybody knows that, but I'd say it's settled. And it's tough. It's tough to take a scientific stance with Fauci, the CDC, the Pfizer, when they don't even agree with each other. Fauci doesn't agree with what he said 3 months ago. And I'm supposed to sit here on Facebook and, back up Jen Psaki and say, I trust the science, but behind closed doors, when I'm not on Facebook, I think to myself, what the heck are you guys doing? Get your science straight. You're making me look like a fool out here. Come on, I've been listening to Neil deGrasse's astronaut podcast for 3 years. Who's more scientific than me? I've been staring at the stars, not even paying attention to geoengineering and what's in the ocean. I mean, I've been so focused on astrophysicists like Neil deGrasse Tyson that I'm so into the stars, and I'm like, I feel like I could go to the moon, but we haven't gone there since like 1969. So I'm trying to figure out, how did we get there when the computers weren't even as good as my cell phone? And now we have cell phones that are stronger than computers and Google quantum computers that can literally outperform humans at almost every task. But now we can't go to the moon. I can't figure it out, but I never lose faith. This is science, folks. This is not a Trump rally. Okay, this is not your average rodeo. This is not the Tokyo Olympics. This is science. So I'm dedicated. I don't care. I don't care that it makes no sense that we haven't been back in 50 years. I listen to Neil deGrasse Tyson every single day. And one day we're going to go to Mars. And, one day we're going to go to Pluto. And it's just not come yet. So hold your horses, stick to the science. Remember, there's a few rules of science. One, the science never changes. It's settled science. So if anybody questions your climate science, they're a conspiracy theorist. It's settled. The scientists know. You don't question the scientists, even though, these losers on Facebook like Anomaly, they're reading NASA articles and reading what's there. And NASA admits that they can't measure all the snowfall on Antarctica, so they really don't know what's going on. But, conspiracy theorists like that who read mainstream articles and NASA stuff and read to me what the agencies are actually doing and they broadcast, you don't listen to them. Listen to me. Science settles, but it doesn't settle at the same time. So it's science, really. It settles, it doesn't settle. You flip-flop, that's fine because you're allowed to evolve with the science that never changes. It's so, it just, when people don't want to just get in line for a Pfizer or Moderna injection, stay away from me with your Delta, Lambda, You got more diseases than a frat boy. They sound like frat diseases. You've been hanging out. You've been hanging out at the Lambda house too much, unvaccinated. So it's just disgusting. So let me know what you guys think. That's what I think. And hopefully this doesn't get censored. The last parody video I did, 3 fact checks, 3 of them. Someone said panic attacks are up 800% along with violence. I don't know the stats on violence or panic attacks, but yeah, I would assume that they've destroyed the mental health of billions of people. They've made billions of people more depressed than ever. People are, I'm sure, on more pills and, getting out of shape because they can't go to their gym. The Center for Disease Control does a really good job controlling diseases. If only they knew how to limit them, that would be helpful. Has obesity gone down under the CDC's watch? Has life expectancy gone up recently? No, it's gone down. How's opioid and fentanyl deaths doing? Not good. If only they could improve health as much as they control diseases. My gosh. You know what? I need to figure out the rule of I'm not one of these I don't like to film people in public but if they actually do find my door somehow with the vaccine thing, I would love to, and I don't want to do anything. I like to stick to the books, but I would love to record the conversation because they'd be like, "Hey, Anomaly, did you want to get the vaccine? And I'll be like, I know so much about it. Like I'm educated. So I bet I know more than whoever's at my door, and it would be pretty funny. I'm like, did you know it's not FDA approved? No, it is. No, it's not. I'm glad I actually work in news analysis. I have a whole printout of the Pfizer, the Johnson & Johnson, and then the Moderna. I have all the fact sheets right here. I actually have them highlighted for you. Like, oh, okay, but what about? I'm like, did you know they don't have liability? Where'd you hear that? Oh, it's mainstream news. I got the CNBC article for you. Did you hear about Pfizer with their their foreign bribery like lawsuit? Or no, you didn't hear about that? Oh, I got the printout for you. Do you hear about their like multi-billion-dollar one they sell with the Justice Department? Oh no, I got that one for you. Do you know Johnson & Johnson, according to Reuters, knew that asbestos lurked in their baby powder? Oh, I got that article too. I'm gonna have a stack of articles for the vaccine doors guy. I'm like, here, if you want to educate people here, I got 10, 15 more things for you to maybe you could pass them out. And they're like, whatever. Yeah. Daniel David said, did you hear Quebec announced its official passport to vaccination coming in September? That was a conspiracy theory a year ago. Yeah, I wish my least favorite conspiracy theory stopped coming, right? Because it's getting annoying. Yeah, I read somewhere today, I don't know if it's true, but it said that, Canada won't accept unvaccinated travel. So I don't want to go to Canada anymore. It's like, so that's fine. It's a mutual sort of thing there. But yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what's happening in the world. But all I could do is laugh at it. It's okay. Someone said, hey, Anomaly caught another live twice this week. Welcome. What's up, Red Bunny or Ready Bunny? Am I vaccinated? Listen, let's not get too personal here, okay? I drink orange juice, fresh pressed. Chuck Norris Gun Club super chat. I don't want to read that. No drug promotion here, Chuck Norris, but thank you for the super chat. Someone said Satan hates when you laugh at him. Hopefully he doesn't like this live stream then. Let's calm down here, folks. Someone said we won't be able to go anywhere soon. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This was going to be part of my video, too. But tomorrow, guys, the Cyber Polygon conference is on. If you haven't seen the Cyber Polygon conference, check my Twitter, check my Instagram story today, or check my Facebook. I posted it again. I did a whole breakdown of this earlier this year. Last year, they had a Cyber Polygon conference. It's Klaus Schwab, the leader of the World Economic Forum, the World Economic Forum who does Davos and also does things like Event 201, I believe, with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. These people have good foresights. It's like George Soros says something at Davos, and then it happens 2 years later. Klaus Schwab says something, it happens. Event 201 says something, it happens. Then you get banned for saying that it happened. I'm not saying they did it. I'm complimenting them. I'm like, these people know what they're talking about, okay? That Bill Gates, he has foresight. Fauci's like, there's going to be a pandemic during Trump's era, and then there's a pandemic. I'm not hating. I'm just saying that Fauci, he knows the science, okay? When he says there's going to be a pandemic, you better believe there's one coming, okay? Because he studies that science. He's so hard in that lab studying science. That guy deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Anyway, the Cyber Polygon conference is tomorrow. I'm going to tune in because Klaus Schwab is going to talk about cyber hacks and be like, this cyber hack will be worse than anything that we've ever experienced before. It'd make COVID look like itty bitty bug. It'd make COVID look like nothing. And you're like, is this like a guess or is this like a guarantee? Like, let me know what's going on, Klaus. Because I'm trying to go on vacation with my buddy, explore a little bit, enjoy my life while I'm not a slave. So if slavery's around the corner, just give me a heads up, bro. I want to enjoy my last year or two. So let me know. Is this like because the way he says it, like I have the video. I'm not a theorist. I just listen to these people. Like, it's like, we were like, where do you get this stuff? I'm like, I read the book. Like there's a book called How to Lie with Statistics. Bill Gates said, this book's really good. It's a good reminder on how to use statistics. And it's like, he quotes it and puts it in his reading book. I just read the book and the whole book is literally about how to lie with statistics. And Bill Gates like, yeah, this is good. This is good use of statistics. I'm like, you can't make this stuff. I'm not saying anything. I'm just, let's listen to my man, Klaus Schwab. Listen, this guy's got foresight. This guy's
insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison.
So he says if a cyber attack happened, COVID would be a small disturbance in comparison. The reason I bring this up, and there's no conspiracy theory, it's called reality observance. I guess, I'll just look it up online. It's not a conspiracy theory. I'm observing reality, unless this is all just a hologram. But, Event 201 is on YouTube. Okay. You could watch it. It's got 4 million views. Search Event 201. You can find it. This was in November 4th, 2019. By Johns Hopkins Center for Health Security in partnership with the World Economic Forum and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation on October 18th, 2019. So they had a whole scenario where a coronavirus pandemic would essentially shut down travel, destroy the world's economy. So they knew that was going to happen, or they, I would say, predicted that something similar was going to happen only 5 months before it actually happened. So when Klaus Schwab, who's the head of the World Economic Forum, when he says something, I listen. And I want to say, so Johns Hopkins was one of the people who put on Event 201. I just want to read something else that Johns Hopkins said, because listen, I listen to the experts, okay? They listen. When the experts talk, I listen. This is John Hopkins from a few years ago. A recent John Hopkins study, once again, not me, the very trusted John Hopkins, who works in partnership with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and World Economic Forum. This is a CNBC article, 2018. A recent John Hopkins study claims that more than 250,000 people in the U.S. every year die from medical errors. Other reports claim it's as high as 440,000. Medical errors are the third leading cause of death after heart disease and cancer. That's John Hopkins. That's their claim, not mine. 250,000, 250,000 people dying from medical errors. So, what happens when during COVID, they don't allow you to even see your family in the hospital? That seems a little bit unethical, but let's go back to Klaus Schwab, because this guy he's a fun guy. I mean, you invite Klaus Schwab to a party, it's getting lit. He kind of has that I could see him doing like the Mambo No. 5, if you remember that song, Little Bit of Monica. And I could see him kind of getting down to that. Maybe like Nelly, Ride With Me. He looks like he listens to rap music behind closed doors. But let's listen to him, because this guy's just a blast. I would say if you have a party this summer, you should send him an invite, because this guy would just, knock your socks off with just good vibes.
To a major cyber attack. We have to ask ourselves in such a situation, how could we let this happen? Despite the fact we had all the information about the possibility and the seriousness of a risk attack. Cybercrime and global cooperation should be at the forefront of the global agenda. The grim reality is that cybercrime today is definitively a growth industry.
All right, he's already boring me, but on that note, I'm hyped for the Cyber Polygon conference. It feels like Lollapalooza. You got Lollapalooza, you got Coachella, you got Bonnaroo. Back in the day, you had Woodstock, and you got Cyber Polygon. It's going to be one of the most lit parties of the year. So, I got any millennial and Gen Z here. Make sure you tune into Cyber Polygon conference tomorrow. World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab. He's going to blow your mind with like EDM music, and he's going to tell you about a cyber attack that's going to make coronavirus look like an ant compared to that. So I'm hyped. I mean, my 5 favorite DJs, I would say, Deadmau5. I just like the innovation. I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna just say Skrillex. Klaus Schwab's number 3 to me. Let's just put it that way. Like he's up there when it comes to EDM DJs. So you got to just, let it loose and just listen to the guy blow your mind with an acapella. Someone said, what time is it? Yeah, I'm not sure on the specific times, but if you Google World Economic Forum, Cyber Polygon Conference, you could probably find a link, and it's going to be fun. Okay. It's going to be real fun. Someone said Anomaly likes EDM. Jokes aside, I like all music. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not just saying that to be generic. Like, I love all people. It's like, yeah, we get it. But no, I like all music. I mean, I love hip hop music, but a lot of new hip hop music, like I don't like all this nonsense. I used to like underground stuff. I like some bangers, but I like good hip hop music. I like good EDM. I like good jazz. I like people like Hall & Oates. I like Stevie Wonder. I like some country. I like some Alan Jackson, some Garth Brooks. I like a little bit of everything. So I do like EDM. I'm not like one of these, I'm going to raves with girls showing off, I feel like girls don't even go to raves for the music. I mean, sometimes they do, but sometimes I feel like they go just to take a hot Instagram picture of themselves. Like they had to work a 9 to 5 all year. So it's like, twice a year, they're like, finally I could get half naked in the middle of like, in the desert and just put up this sexy Instagram photo. You're like, listen, you could just rent a space or something, save some money, just rent a space and take that picture. You don't got to go all the way to the desert just to take that selfie. But maybe it's more than that. Maybe they like the music too. I don't know. I see they're like, finally I got out here. Like, this is freedom. This is what freedom looks. I'm like, I get it. There's a lot going on there. But someone said it's hot, dude. I'm just joking around. Look what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a cutoff shirt. I can't really talk shit. I'm just kidding. Someone's like, some chicks are getting mad at me. They're like, it's hot out there. I'm like, I'm dressed with like a cutoff shirt on. I look like an idiot, but it's hot here too. I get it. Don't worry. It's fine. You'll get over it. But no, I like a good music show, but yeah, I do like EDM. Can I freestyle? Yeah. Will I right now? No. Someone said I live in a blanket all year. Don't listen. If you want to go out in the desert and take Insta photos, I'm probably going to like it. Like I'm going to be a simp. They call that a simp. I click like. So I'm a simp. I'm not literally a simp, but you get what I'm saying? I might like it. It's okay. Someone said you have to like Tom McDonald, Don't Look Down. Yeah, Tom McDonald's awesome. He's one thing that I obviously the music, the lyrics, but one of the most inspiring things, and I hope that Tom shows a lot of people, is that's what ambition does. I mean, obviously he's a talented guy too, Tom McDonald, but his girlfriend, Nova Rockefeller, she makes the videos. He makes a lot of the beats, if not all of them. He mixes his own songs. So they're dating each other, but it's like a built-in unit. How cool is that? He's on top of the charts, Tom McDonald. He's making his own songs. He's making his own beats. He's mixing his own tracks. And then his girlfriend makes and edits the videos. And he probably helps direct them too. That's dope. Everybody's like, what do we do? It's like, Tom's playing his role in the music culture. I'm not going to say it's easy, but it is that if you have ambition and you have passion and you work hard, you could do anything in this world with the internet. So I think Tom, above all, has shown that just with a 2-person team, you can be one of the biggest music rap stars in the world, and it's inspiring. Someone said the beats are crazy. He's a great producer. He's a great lyricist. He knows how to make melodies and stuff. He knows what he's doing. He's good with the themes. He knows how to get a rise out of people. Aaron said, bro, answer your email. Aaron, I don't know what email you even emailed. I have a new email that's for business, but here's what I will say, Aaron. Just a little side note. So now if you go to my email, it's robert@dreamrare.com. I have a friend helping me with management for the first time ever. It's my actual friend, and we're building together. So we just went over 10 emails. I'm just going to give you an insight to my life and my business, not as an excuse, just letting you know what I'm dealing with. We got 15 emails or 20 emails or whatever. Not every email is a good email. Some dudes, I don't know if that's you, Aaron. I can't remember which emails, but some dude's like, I have a radio show. Do you want to go on my radio show? That's not a good email. What's your radio show? What are the stats of it? What numbers are you putting up? What's the theme? Give me the links. Like, that's a good email. Not just like, are you coming on my show? So my manager, he asked what he should say. And I said, tell him, let us know more about your radio show. Send me an email with the stats, with some info, with some links so I could check it out. And then the guy just says, what? With the question mark? I don't know if that's you, but it's like, what, bro? It's like, learn how to send a business email. No, I'm not saying that's you, but it's like, dude, I sent better business emails when I was 19 years old. Okay. In college. It's like, I got grown men out here sending me crappy business emails and then crying when I don't answer them. I'm not saying it's you. I'm just saying it's like, that's not an email that's going to get an answer anymore. We gave you our answer. You didn't listen. Now you don't get an answer back. Some lady's talking about, I got this. I'm trying to show this off. Like, talk to Project Veritas. I'm not an agency for you to expose whatever you're trying. It's like, that's not, hit up somebody who does that work. I don't even know what you're talking about. Other people, they're like, I do. It's like, not every email gets answered, and we answer. And then people, I don't know which one yours was, but like, and then I got some guy crying about, oh, no, you blocked me on Twitter. I donated to you. How much did you donate, bro? I'll give it back to you. I'll give you 2 times as much as you gave me. What? I don't just block people for no reason. You're being annoying. And then you message me on Instagram saying the same annoying thing, and then I blocked you there. And now you're in my email. What do you want? I get it. You donated. I'm sorry this all happened, but just stop being annoying and I'll stop blocking you. And if you want a refund, I'll give you a refund. So if you want to know what my business emails look like, I get thousands, and maybe like 3 people actually send a legitimate business email. So instead of asking me why I didn't answer your email, ask yourself what you wrote in it and if it was composed enough to even deserve a response. Like, I'm sorry, but I've been hustling my whole life since I was 19, 18 years old. I used to send out hundreds of emails, hundreds of messages. And I'm sorry, but my messages look better at the age of 19 than most grown adults do at now. And they email me. It's like, come on, know how to send an email. What's your name? What's your business? What are you doing? You should probably talk about stats, because I'll just give you an insight. This is like a masterclass here for free, but in general, I could do like a whole consulting thing. You know, people aren't just looking to help you unless you have a really great cause or something. You know, the best way to do marketing or advertising or radio show is explain to these people how you're going to help them. So if you have a following or something, put your stats in there to show them I have an audience. So when you're on, you know, I'm going to broadcast it to this amount of people. It's not that I'm selfish or you're selfish. This is just human nature. It's like if you're reaching out to somebody who gets 600 million views, they don't have time to answer every email. They don't have time to be on every radio show and podcast. So your job is to pitch, you know, I'm not even saying that's you, but pitch a reason and make it so it makes sense. You know, not just like, what are you doing for me? It's like, I don't even know who you are. I don't know if that was your email, but I'm just saying these are the 5 emails that stick in my head. Someone said, dude, that's not a hustle. You were basically an adult. No, when I was 19 years old, I just had ambition. Listen, another thing, hold on. Someone said, damn, dude, don't hold back, Mike. Someone says some people don't work when they were 12. LOL, no one wants to work. Well, this is not, I'm not just trying to be mean. I'm trying to be funny, but also I'm trying to give people like a Gary V like style, Tony Robbins style inspiration. Like, this is really what it takes. You know, like when I was 19, I knew nobody gave a shit about me. This was maybe the self-awareness I had at a young age, but I didn't have this ego like everyone needs to like me. I knew no one cared about me. I'm a white guy rapping in my dorm room at 19 years old with a stupid haircut. Yeah, nobody gives a crap about me. So instead of demanding that people answer my emails, I just kept working and working. So, you know, I used innovative ways to get 1 million views. I had 1 million views by the time I was 19 or 20 years old out of my dorm room in West Virginia. Why? Because I figured out no one cares about me. How do I get people to listen to my music? I use keywords. I use titles. I would freestyle to beats, and then I would say I freestyled to that instrumental. So people found me through that instrumental. I started my own cipher with Prince EA and with a bunch of Wax and a Traffic, Timothy De La Ghetto, a bunch of big YouTube rappers. I was always a hustler. I was always a go-getter. I was always learning business. So it's like I sent out 1,000 emails. I never once complained about a response. If people don't answer, you just keep it moving. I mean, you could ask me because I'm actually responsive and I listen, but it's like, you know, that's the game. Keep it moving. Keep it, you know, figure out every time what didn't work. Maybe it's just consistency. Sometimes you got to reach out a few times. Maybe, I don't know. You know, it's all love, but that's what I'm trying to get people to know. Someone hit me up and I didn't answer, and then they hit me up again. Sometimes I miss stuff. I can't tell you your specific email, but just some tips and pointers here. Someone said this guy could talk for days. I have a lot of experience, unfortunately or unfortunately. So yeah, when I first made my first video, I couldn't talk for days. I couldn't even talk for a minute. I wasn't naturally outgoing. I would get nervous on stage. I've been doing this for 4 years now. So you talk enough for a long enough amount of time, you learn. So hopefully that's inspiring and people don't take offense to it, where it's like, whatever you want to do. Me, Tom McDonald, Tom busts his ass, and he doesn't make excuses. He just makes it himself. And that's something that I think you could learn from me or Tom McDonald. One thing that bothered me my whole life, whether I played soccer, I played basketball, I did rap music, everything I did, I always felt like I was underrated, probably like this guy feels. I don't know what his email was, but you feel slighted, you feel underrated, you feel like they don't appreciate you, you feel like they're sleeping on you. That always just drove me to work harder, and now I've amassed a huge audience and whatever you could say business by myself. I mean, of course I have people that I've employed now and stuff, but in general, I mean, just hard work. I was like, you can't take this away from me. I'm gonna do it myself, so no one can say anything. And that's what I did. And that's what Tom McDonald did. It's him and his girlfriend who shoots the videos. If people don't answer his emails, he doesn't care. If people don't want to sign him, he doesn't care. If people don't want to book him, he doesn't care. Because at a certain point, you work so hard yourself and you make so much money or so much, I guess, progress on your own. Everyone else's opinion or cosign is irrelevant. I think that's thank you, Jim. I appreciate you. I think that's like, I'm not trying to be mean, but people ask what type of music I like. I just told you, but I also like to listen to Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey does financial advice. I find it interesting. Gary Vee, I think, can be kind of annoying and cringy sometimes, but he's also really funny. And I think he's like a really big go-getter. So although he could be kind of annoying, I do like Gary Vee, and I think he's interesting. People like Tony Robbins, my buddy Prince EA is doing well, but I know him personally. He's a good guy. These people, I like a good, like, spiritual, inspirational, like motivational, financial, like business. I love that stuff. I listen to podcasts like that, and it's, sometimes it just gets your gears going. So I try to implement some of that stuff in here, not just so. And I think that's unique. It's not just a political show. It's a news show. I'm making jokes. Hopefully people are laughing. There's some motivation there. So when you end this, maybe you want to go make a video. Maybe you want to record a song. Maybe you want to work on your business. Hopefully there's some of that energy there. And that's more important than probably anything I say, because I don't want to just be another drain or negative, like, oh my God, everybody's going to die. Oh my God, climate change is going to kill everybody. Or, oh my God, the illegals are, it's like, yeah, there's problems in the world. Someone said Dave Ramsey disrespects the military. I haven't heard that, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know everything about the guy, but I just listen to his financial podcast sometimes. Someone said, do you think this hard work concept will take off? I mean, it takes off in people who want it to take off in, but I think, there's definitely people who have talent, but there's also people who work hard. I would say there's more successful people who work harder than their talent than there are talented people who work really hard. Like, I think the hard work aspect of it's key. And the harder you work is something you learn. For example, you could be a savant from a baby Mozart, and you're just playing the keyboard like, oh my God, this kid's like born to make music. That happens sometimes. But most of the time you take lessons. I know how to play the keyboard. Not great, but good enough because I taught myself on YouTube. I'm not that good at it. I'm not a natural at the piano, but I watched a YouTube tutorial for a long amount of time, and I taught myself how to hit the notes and play the song. So if you did 10 times as much work as I did, you could probably be 10 times as good of a piano player. So I think, talent is definitely, like, natural talent is part of certain things, sports and music, but also, hard work is a big part of it. No, I put in thousands upon thousands of hours in things that I like, whether it's politics or music and hip hop. So that's the beauty of life, though. It's like, if you want something, you can go get it or do it. I think that's the pro of the internet. The cons are very obvious, but Someone said I like Dan Pena. I've heard him ranting a lot too. Yeah, I like people that just curse and say, go effing start a business. I like people like him. He's funny. Something about that is just like a funny vibe. Like, they're like, get the hell up, get out there and go start a freaking business. And you're like, okay, geez. Okay, I'll go start my business. Sorry, dude. I didn't realize it's like Monday morning. Gary Vee's at like a garage sale. He's like screaming, I'm selling manga cards for $5,000. I'm like, dude, I haven't even got out of bed yet. I just like Uber Eats like a orange juice to my house. All right, I'll get something done. Abu said luck plays a huge role too. I think luck plays a role, but Abu, I'll say this. I really do believe that, if you put yourself in a position to be lucky, you'll be a lot more successful. Does luck play a role? I think so, but I think mindset plays a role. And maybe there's luck into what books and what, lifestyle you get into. But, I think people who think that luck is the only thing, or people who are waiting for something to happen, combine that luck that you don't or do have with hard work, dedication, putting yourself in the right situations, persistence. I think persistence is important. I've been told so many times, you can't do this, you can't do that, you won't do that, you won't do that. If I would have believed those people, I never would have been here. I had so many music executives say, you can't do that you can't do that. I never believed them. I was like, who the hell are you to tell me what I can and can't do? But if you believe them, be like, oh, shish, I'm unlucky. They don't like me. It's like, you definitely, there's luck involved in anything, no question. But you combine it with hard work, persistence, passion, you'll make way more strides than you think in a quicker time. But maybe not. Maybe you'll suck. I don't know. Hopefully not. Someone says your thinking becomes reality. I think so. Someone said Joe Biden won from luck. Clearly, ha ha ha. Well, even say in that case, I don't think he got lucky. And I'm not a fan of Biden, but he put his work in. I think I don't think he was working for good people though. But I mean, he's been in politics for 40 years. So although I think his brain is on the decline, he's been around these people, doing favors for these people, working hard for the Democratic Party. I mean, he was like a big position in the Democratic Party when Clarence Thomas was getting sworn in. He's been putting in work. I wouldn't do the work that Joe Biden's done, but I don't know that he got lucky. I think he served the Democratic Party, and some would say the devil, for so long that, it made sense for him to be in that position. Just like Hillary Clinton. I mean, was she the most likable candidate? Probably not, but she's worked for that party for so long that was who they wanted to be there. It's like if you work for a company for a year and someone's been there for 40 years, you might be better, but how many 60-year-olds at a company want to let a 25-year-old take their position? None of them. This is not just politics. This is just like business nature. A lot of older people, if you're 55 and you've worked your ass off to get to your position, and someone better than you or someone younger than you comes in, you're not trying to give up your spot. That's like Hillary and Biden, Buttigieg, dude, they told Buttigieg, go. Buttigieg, you're gone, bro. He gave up. He was like leading the race, Buttigieg he was like top 2, top 3. He won a state, and they're like, bro, sit your ass down. He's like, he's like dressed like, he reminds me of like a Ratatouille type character, like Stuart Little. They just put him in a suit. He's like a little boy in a suit, but he's there. That's like it's not just politics. I think that's how every business works. But if you're Pete Buttigieg, like, no, it's not your time, bro. Tulsi Gabbard, like, yeah, it's never going to be your time. So every business works that way. So I'm not saying I like Biden or Hillary because I don't. But, I don't know that they got lucky. I think they put in a lot of work in that industry. But is that work that you think is like good work? Probably not. I would think no. But you get what I'm saying? I would say that's not even luck. They put in their work and rose to the top of that food chain, and everybody else had to bow down. So. Someone said, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to get a rise out of Anomaly. I see you, Mark. All right. I'm going to stay for like 3 more minutes. Then I got to go. Someone said work, grift. Well, you could call it what you want, but I'm just saying, I don't think that was luck per se. Why did they ban Alex and Trump? I think they were saying too many things that made people think. I don't know. It's up to you. All right, we'll do it. We'll do a few more. Someone said talk about Tito Ortiz. I don't know. I don't know what topic you want me to talk about it. I've met Tito a few times. He's always been really nice to me, and that's all. That's all I really know. I don't know. I don't know what aspect of him or what's going on that you want me to talk about. Someone said cheating ain't easy. So Zome V said, "How do you start a business?" I'm not like that good with business, but for me, I just started publishing my music and pushing. It wasn't big enough to be a business for a long time, probably 6, 7, 8 years or so. So I don't know. I guess you got to work on something. Some people make a business first and then they do stuff. For me, it was just music and YouTube and Facebook. And you don't have to have a business to do Facebook or YouTube. So eventually I just registered a business because it made more sense. But I mean, you could start a business online with $500-$600 or something. So I mean, there's ways to do it, but I don't know what exactly advice you're asking. There's probably better YouTube tutorials that'll teach you about that type of stuff. What do I think of Justin Trudeau? I think he sucks. I think he banned me. He banned me from the nation, right? Can you go to Canada? Let me see. Hold on. Can you go to Canada? Canada foreigners entry. I don't know if I'm going to find it. Did they ban me from Canada? Let me see. But Americans can't visit for tourism. I don't know. Who cares? I don't want to go to Canada anyway. But no, I'm not a fan of Trudeau. All right. Few more and then we'll roll out. So I said, anomaly, just take a little squat on Donnie before you go. No, I don't want to talk about Trump all the time. It's just people bring it up and then I give my opinion and it's not always popular. So I would prefer not to talk about it at all. I gave a compliment today. I gave a compliment to Charlie Kirk and I'm not doing it for any other reason besides I think this is my idea. We'll end on this note because I think it's important. When I do say something about Trump, I'm not saying it from this angle of anger or spitefulness. I'm saying it because I really think a populist leader does what's popular. And if you make it popular to not ever question him, it's going to be popular for him to do whatever he wants, if it's not, no matter how good it is or not. So I think there's something going on, whether it's Charlie Kirk or Trump. You know, if you support nonsense, you'll keep getting it. Where Charlie Kirk, he did something really cool. I don't know to the extent of what he's doing, but I think he deserves a compliment. I'm not doing it to pander to him. I'm doing it because I like to be a nice guy. And when he does a no forced vax campaign with his organization, I think that's very honorable. And I think it's a great start. So he deserves a thumb up. That's called, positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement. It's like when you go to a YouTube video, right? You can either like the video or you can dislike the video. It doesn't mean you hate the person. You're like, I like the video. Oh, I don't like the video. That's all. That's the only power we have. I don't have a freaking, I don't have a super PAC or something. All I have is my voice and my platform. So with my platform, I like to compliment Trump when I think it's great. I like to compliment the GOP when I think they're great. And I like to compliment Charlie Kirk when I think he does a great job. And then when they do stuff that's whack, like socialism, communism, medical tyranny, Operation Warp Speed, and trashy, anti-Semitism speech bills, I give a thumb down and I say I don't agree with that. That's all it is, positive and negative reinforcement. And I think that's what that's what populism should be. So I think there's nothing wrong with doing that. Someone said, Tito Ortiz, did he tell you? Can you tell us why he quit the city council? Well, I'm not that good of friends with Tito, where I haven't spoken to him since he left city council. But from what I read and what he said on Instagram, just like publicly, I think people were annoying him and harassing him, and I think he just didn't want to do it. I don't know. You'd have to ask him, but I mean, I read the article that he shared. He shared an article that said he was getting a lot of like harassment and people bothering him. And I think he just, didn't want to do it. So I read that he might want to fight again or something. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he wants to fight or maybe he just wanted to take a break. I'm not sure. You gotta ask him. But I don't know him that well. I've just spoken to him a few times at events, and he's always been very nice. And but yeah, I guess it's tough. I don't know. They were probably mean to him and did rude stuff, but you'd have to ask him. Anomaly, tell us what you think of the lesser of two evils. Well, I think the Republican Party at this point is the lesser of two evils. But here's my last thing, and then I really got to go. If the lesser of two evils is gonna actually hold their ground, then it's worth it. And if it goes too far, then it becomes a problem. So I think there's still a benefit to Republicans. I think Tucker Carlson's the best journalist on television. He's a Republican. I think the best the best pro-freedom congressmen, senators, presidents in this country are usually Republican at this point. I mean, there's phonies on both sides, but I'm still a registered Republican. But with my voice, with my pen, I make a decision. With my voice, I make a decision. So I don't think it's sustainable to just keep voting red and acting like these people are going to save us when they sent us further left than Obama during the pandemic, and they don't even seem to care about it. That's why Charlie Kirk deserves a compliment. Kids are being told they need a vaccinator, they can't go to school, and Trump's doing nothing for them. The GOP is doing nothing for them. Ronald McDaniel's doing nothing for them. Someone needs to do something for them. So even though I might maybe vote for them, or I did vote for them, it doesn't mean that that's cool. That's not cool. So they need to know that's not cool, and someone needs to step up. So I'm glad that Charlie did for this thing, and that's what it is. So I think there's definitely a lesser of two evils, and there's worth voting for depending where you live, locally, etc. But I think if people just do that, and in my opinion, someone said I used to take you seriously. Well, now I know that people are just triggered at like any sort of thing, because this was such a positive, good energy, motivational, like honest live stream. And I barely said anything. I barely said anything that was even remotely critical or remotely negative. I don't even know that I said anything. And people act like this. So imagine how they act if you say something really honest that they don't like. It's like, I've been so positive and in such a good mood today. I say one thing, that the Republican Party failed to stop socialism, which they did with the CARES Act. They failed to stop the overhaul of this big pharma tyranny that started in 2020. And people want to treat me like that. It's like, you guys have become so nasty, so bitter, so fake. It's like, this is exactly what I don't like about the right. So I'll continue to do what I'm doing. I'll continue to not be a liar and not just follow the status quo. And like he said, with the lesser of two evils, yeah, I'm going to vote one way, but then I'm going to use my voice and my platform to say the truth and to speak out against what they're not doing. And if you think they are saving your world, then go follow somebody that tells you they're saving their world. If that's what you think, go follow. There's a bunch of Republicans that'll tell you, we're saving the world. It's like, yeah, but what about the speech bill you passed? You don't know about that. I'm the only one who reports it. We're saving the world. What about printing $2 trillion? They started printing money, but I can't report on that. That hurts your feelings. It's like, just give me a break. Go watch somebody that only talks about things you want to hear. And then you'll be completely oblivious to all the things that Republicans aren't doing, like pushing socialism, like selling out free speech. You don't even know about it. So it's like, let's not make a positive stream negative. And I didn't even say anything. I thought I was a sensitive one. I'm out. I thought I was a sensitive one. Man, I didn't even say anything, remotely anything today. I'm all compliments. I'm all smiles, and people are crying. What did I don't even remember what I even said to get, I used to take you seriously. What part of what I said was even that bad today? My gosh. Thank you, Tapio. I appreciate you. God bless you guys. God bless your family. God bless America. God bless the world. I had a blast today. We had a combination of humor. We had a combination of real reporting about what the CDC and Pfizer are beefing about. I had compliments and smiles for Charlie Kirk, which is overdue because he actually did something that's important that no one else is doing, which I appreciate. We had a motivational talk, which was epic. I said one thing for 2 seconds and then people want to cry. It's like, let's not distort history here. This was another legendary stream. Another one for the ages. And I had a blast. Have a good day, guys. And I'll be back soon later this week. Thank you guys for supporting not these hats, but my other ones, dreamrare.com, godblesshats.com. Everybody on Facebook, supporters, Patreon. I hope you guys, while you could, picked up a free sticker pack. There was a free sticker pack for a week. I hope you guys got that. Telegram, t.me/DreamRareChat. And also I might post it, but I have a clips channel on YouTube. It's called Dream Rare Clips. I'm going to probably post it next time. So in my live streams, right, we go for a long time. Everyone says, I don't have time to watch an hour. Dream Rare Clips on YouTube. Now I have a clip channel for little clippets, 1 minute, 2 minute, Helen Keller, you know, what they're doing to the NFL, little funny clips like 3 minutes from my live stream. So the point of this is, one, if you don't have a lot of time, but also shareability. If you share a friend an hour of my live stream, they probably won't listen to it. But if you clip out the 3 minutes where I'm posting articles and I'm showing stuff for my thing, it's an easy, you know, show. Well, here's what they're doing, you know, so Dream Rare Clips, I got the new clip channel. That's what it is. Hopefully you guys find it. And I don't know how to post it, but I will next time. Appreciate you guys. Have a good time. I had a blast. I'm not letting anybody get me down today. I mean, today was hilarious. So I don't know what they're doing. Thank you, V. I appreciate you, brother. I'm out. Thank you so much for the last super chat. I appreciate you.